Hello everyone, welcome to our tutorial on creating responsive design in Figma. Today, we'll dive into the world of responsive design and learn how to make our designs adapt to various screen sizes and devices using Figma's powerful features. Responsive design is crucial in today's digital landscape, where users access websites and apps on a multitude of devices. With Figma, we can ensure that our designs look great and function seamlessly across all screen sizes. For instance, a successful responsive website should open on phone, laptop, and TV in a way that it's easily used and read by users, which increases the user experience. Let's get started by opening Figma and creating a new project. But before we proceed, I want to note that according to me, I'm using the Figma application, as you can see right here. But it's your opinion. Both application and website versions of Figma work properly, but for now, I will use the application. Okay, so let's create a new design file. And as usual, we should create the frame that we want to work on, and let's make it a desktop frame. And as you can see right now, our artboard was set up perfectly. To achieve responsiveness, we can use several tools and features in Figma. The first one is constraints. So basically, constraints define how objects within a design respond to the changes in the size of the artboard or container. By setting constraints for elements like buttons, text boxes, and images, we can control their behavior when the screen size changes. Now, let's start applying the first method. Okay, to adjust the constraints of any element, you should select the element itself, not its container. So let's add constraints to this logo right here. And as you can see in this list, we have the constraints section. So here in this small diagram, they are simulating the position of the element within its container. So as you can see here, the constraints are set by the left and the top of the element. And here you can see them with the blue dash. Okay, we can call it dash. And okay, the most important thing about that constraints are set horizontally and vertically. In this example, they are set to the left and top. Okay, let's set them also to the text element. And as you can see, they are set by default. Okay, let's select the container itself and let's change the size of it. As you can see, the elements are changing with the change of the size of the container. So this is a small sign of responsiveness. Okay, let's change the settings of the constraints to see its effect. Oh, okay, let's make it to the right. And okay, let's make it also to the button. So when I drag the container and make it change the size of it in the right direction, you can see that the element is moving with it. But when I make it in the left one, only the bottom is working, but the right is not, because you are changing only the left part of the element, which is not specified in constraints. Okay, let's repair it. Okay, and then we have other options like left and right, and like the center and the scale. I will explain the scale right now. And in the vertical, you have top and bottom, center and scale. Let's try the center. You can do it only for vertical or horizontal, but I'm taking the same option on the both sides to observe in an obvious way the effect of the constraints. So as you can see right here, when I put the constraints of the logo by center and change the size, the percentage of the size between the edges of the logo is the same, the percentage. Okay, as you can see here, the percentage, like here, let's say that it's 90% and here 90. When you drag, it will be also 90%. This is an example. Okay, and when you have a scale, when you put the scale option, the element itself changes the scale regarding the element. As you can see here, the scale and the size of the logo is changing. It's this is due to the scale property. You can use it in some places, but for logos it's not preferred, because as you can see, the size of the logo is changing and its constraints are unlocked. So okay, let's do it, and let's do it for the also for the text. Let's make it center by center, or by okay, top, and let's make it here center and top, and let's adjust the scale. And as you can see, the elements are adapting with the element. It's not an accurate adapting, but it can show a little type of responsiveness, as you can see right here. So this is the first way to make a responsive design with Figma, which is the constraints. And it's a very easy and important way to add responsiveness. Figma offers layout grids and auto layout features that make responsive design even easier. Let's start with the grids. Grids help maintain consistent spacing and alignment across different devices, which means that it helps you with the layout, which is for sure an important part of responsiveness, because you are adjusting layout for all screen sizes. So let's start applying the feature. Different from the constraints, grids are applied to the parent element itself, not for the child. Okay, so let's select our frame, and as you can see here, we have the layout grid option. This option is not found in the element, because as I said, you can't like put the grid feature for the element, only for the parent. Okay, as you can see right here, you click on the plus icon here. When you click on it, as you can see here, the frame was divided into grids that you can adjust right here. So you can click in these 9 boxes right here, and you have these options. Here you have a grid, size of each one like 10 pixels. Right here, as you can see, the small like boxes, each one, the size of it is 10 pixels, and the color is not very important. It's only for you, for your comfortation, because these grids are for sure not viewed in the preview that we'll explain later. It's only viewed right here, because it's only for you. Okay, so we have here several options. We have the grid that it's ticked right now, and as you can see, this is the way the frame is divided when you tick the grid. Now let's take the columns. As you can see here, the frame is divided into columns. Okay, you can here adjust the number of columns. Let's make it, for example, 6 columns. Click enter, and as you can see here, 6 red columns are added to the frame. And I repeat that these columns are not like visualized for the user. It's only for you in this design. Okay, and you can adjust the color that I said before. And here you have the type. You have stretch. Stretch is like it will fill the width of the frame. If you clicked on center, as you can see, they are all centered, and you can by that adjust the width of each one. Let's make it like 100 pixel. As you can see, the size is changed, and for the right and left is the same. But let's make it for now stretch. which has a auto width because it will stretch automatically with the frame width. Okay, now you here have the margin of the grid, which is the space between the edges, only the horizontal edges for the grid. As you can see here, let's make it like 50 pixels, and a gap here was found that if you want to like start the grid from a specific spacing. Okay, let's make it 0 for now, and you have the gutter is the space between each grid column. Here is default set to 20. Let's put it like 100, and as you can see the space between each column increased. Let's keep it to 20 for now. Okay, and it's like that. Let's go to the rows. It's the same, but everything is applied like horizontally. And as you can see right here, the rows, sorry, of the grids are horizontally displayed. You can change the count, as I said, the color, the type, like center, as you can see right here, top, bottom. As we said that this is vertically, so you will adjust the top and bottom, not right and left in the columns. Okay, so let's make it stretch, and the gutter, as we said, and the margin are for the grids. The margin here is for the above, top or and bottom sides. Let's give an example like 50. As you can see here, the gaps are for the top and bottom, but in the columns are for the left and right. Okay, let's put it to 0 here, and let's put the columns because now we want to like practice how we can benefit from these properties. Okay, so let's close this tab, and here let's drag this text element within the frame. As you can see, it stops at the edges of the grid columns. As you can see right here, okay, when I approach the side here, the element stops, which can help you like have an equal spacing for each element. Let's say that I want to put the logo and the text on the same line, like on the same in the same height or like that. So I bring the icon and put it in the edge. As you can see here, the logo and the text are in the same like line. Okay, so this is the strength of the grid property. It helps you in the spacing and layout so much, and you can do several things with it. If you want to like hide these columns for a little work, you can click on the eye right here, as you can see, and if you want to remove it at all, you can click on the minus right here. Let us now go through the auto layout. Auto layout organizes elements automatically based on defined rules, like for the padding and margin, direction of flow, and much more properties that are already found in CSS. And now we want to practice the usage of the auto layout property. And okay, this property is like the grid. You adjust it regarding the parent element, not regarding the element itself. And as you can see here, we have the auto layout property above the layout grid. Let's add one. Okay, I added a layout, an auto layout property. Okay, now this auto layout will organize all the elements found in this parent element, which are in this case the logo and the text. Okay, as you can see here, we have the direction of flow, which is vertical. If I want to change it to horizontal, we should click here, and as you can see here, the elements are like put in a horizontal way. This property will help you so much in your designs. It can help you position elements much easier, Okay, and here we have the wrap. And as you can see here, in this case, the elements get like in the vertical case. Why? That's because the wrap property works like it starts at first in the horizontal direction. When any element exceeds the space of the frame, it goes to the new line, and that what's happened here in this case. So because of that, the text property is the text child came to a new line. Okay, for now we'll use the both. I will explain in the both cases, in the vertical and in the horizontal. So in the vertical, as you can see here, we have vertical gap between items. What does that mean? That means the margin between these two items, which is the space between them. Here it's by default put as 99. Let's change it to like 200. And as you can see here, the gap here became bigger. So okay, and here we have the horizontal padding of the frame itself, which is the spacing between the frame and the elements of it. Here it's set to 200. If we decreased this padding, elements can now okay, sorry, I'll change it here. Okay, let's change it here to 100. As you can see, the elements has more spaces now. The elements have more spaces to the edges, through the edges. Okay, and this is a very important property. It's the padding which you can find in CSS, and here you have the vertical padding, which are the spaces but in the top and bottom sides. Let's practice it. You have 100, and as you can see here, the element, because of the constraints of this element, was put like top and left. Because of that, the element go above, but now you can't control it, because when you add an auto layout, you can change it. You can change the constraints here that we'll explain now. Okay, when you click in this, here you can have you can control each side by itself. So here you have the left padding. It's not the horizontal left and right. It's only the left, and here you have the only right, here the only bottom, and here the only top. Okay, this is an important box here that you can change many things in it. You have here it's put to align top left. The elements here are aligned top left. When you put it top, it's centered and in the top direction, and here in the right, okay, sorry. Okay, it should be like that, but I will explain why it began this. Okay, for now, here we put it like right top, here center, here left bottom, and like that. Okay, and here you have, when you double click, you will have that the elements will fill the space that you selected. Here you I selected to make it like align center, but it will not be center, it will be the center, and it takes the whole vertical spacing of this of the frame. Okay, and the same thing for the left and right. Elements will spread to take all the space, and if we had the three elements, the third element will be here, the second element, sorry, and when you click two times another one, okay, it will be like that first. Okay, let's make it horizontal layout. Here also we have horizontal gap, and everything here is the same, but only changes this. Although this is not changeable, only the direction. Here we have a line top left, and as you can see here, but here everything is applied horizontally, not vertically. So this is the only one different between the vertical and the horizontal. So by this feature, now you can adjust the layout and adjust everything about the element in a very easy way. Remember, it's essential to preview your design on various devices within Figma to ensure everything looks perfect. Of course, you will not preview your design like this. Figma has a strong preview feature that allows you to see how your design will appear on mobile, tablet, and desktop screens, giving us a realistic view of the final product. Okay, now we will test this feature. As you can see, I clicked here, that opened a new tab. Okay, let's go to it. Now you will wait it to load, and as you can see, here is like the actual shape of your website. Of course, this may not be comfortable like you for you, sorry, which is this type of view. You can change it from the options. You have here the actual size, which may be bigger than your screen size. Here I used a desktop which is 1440 by 1024, but my screen is much smaller. So as you can see here, it's not like full rendered to the full screen. So you can change it here to fit to screen, as you can see here, and you can also have fit width, which is the width here is full. Okay, and you have the full screen. Okay, these are the options that you can control in this preview feature. To sum it up, creating responsive design in Figma involves setting constraints, utilizing layout grids, and leveraging the preview feature to ensure a flawless user experience across devices. And that concludes our tutorial on making responsive designs in Figma. Experiment with these techniques and remember, the key to mastering responsive design and any skill is practice. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more design tips and tutorials.